Okay, so today is a very good day because I have been looking for a tri-axle lowboy for about 8 months now, and I think we found the perfect trailer. Now the issue is, it's been abandoned, it's been taken apart, and is not road legal at all. Now, I could grab the KW at night and sneak her home and that's fine, but that's illegal. And we make money doing videos, and I can't videotape myself doing illegal things. So we got a cheat code for all you guys out there. With a $2 hay bale. Here we go. All right, so as you guys know, we bought a C20 swapped Sherman tank. And again, it was the right project at the wrong time. It is fantastic. We want to do some off-road recovery with it. And at the time, I sent the picture to B&R and they said, you buy that and we will move that wherever you want. Now that turns out that's a lot more difficult than said, because they need their trailer all the time. What we want to do is some off-road recovery, because we have the biggest off-road recovery vehicle. The tank is not 100% done yet, but the issue is I can't really drive it anywhere. We can take it down the tracks and knock over a couple trees in some neighbors' fields, but that's about it. We need a trailer that we can haul it with. Now, this is a 2007 Witzco, which is not the cream of the crop trailer, but it checks off enough of our boxes that we need that we can deal with the inefficiencies of Witzco. At the end of the day, it's just I-beams and a suspension system. Now this is a Hendrickson suspension at the back, which is a really good name in suspensions, and I think the back axle is also a lift axle. In the front is where the issues are. So once we get the deck off and we get it sandblasted, we'll know exactly what we're looking at. This is not the most expensive trailer, brand new, and it doesn't have all sorts of neat features. The way to hook it and unhook it from the truck is kind of cumbersome, but we're not going to do this on the daily anyway. But we are going to do a complete rebuild on this thing because we want it to match the truck, and we want it to be, we're going to get pulled over regardless when we're pulling the tank. Now the tank is 50,000 pounds, it's 25 ton. So we needed a tri-axle. We could not get away with a tandem. We would be overloaded. So B&R does have a really nice beaver tail for us that we could fix up, but unfortunately we need 3 axles to stay within our weight limit. This trailer is about 20,000 pounds, I think, but it's a 2007 and was abandoned in 2019. In 2019, they got a quote to fix all of the brake systems and the tires, and the company said, you know what, we don't use it enough. It's not worth putting the money into, and it has sat here for 4 years. So it's only been on the road for 12 years. We live in the northern climate. We see a lot of salt and crap, and these are really low to the ground and really hard to pressure wash underneath. So luckily there's enough holes in the deck. Deck needs to be replaced. I poked my head under there as much as possible to check the condition of the frame, and as far as I can tell, the frame is okay. Now, there's 6 tires on here, because they took the tires off and they didn't bother putting the tires back on again. But all of the brakes, the camshafts, the drums, everything has been removed and I think tossed, which makes it difficult for us to buy the proper equipment to fix this thing back up again. All of these tires are pretty well no good. They've got a little bit of tread left, but they're starting to weather crack. A bunch of these are bald, they're all mismatched. So that is a no-go. We've got some welding repairs to do. So obviously there was something heavy on here that ripped out. And as you can see underneath here, if you look right here, you can see. And as you can see, the camshafts are missing and there's no brakes on it whatsoever. Now I was specific in my trailer because the tank is actually 10 feet wide. That makes us wide load, and that puts a lot of restrictions on where we go. We need a wide load permit for every county that we go through, and if we enter the United States, we need a wide load permit for every state and major highway that we go on to. This trailer would typically go through 1 or 2 different counties. You have your permits for the year, you haul your excavator, your bulldozer there, no issues. We need to find a wide load broker, and what that does is map your route for you and tell you what dates you can drive at what time through what road. And if you vary from that route, it's massive fines, $10,000, $20,000 fines. And the issue with that is it's a very low trailer. These get hung up on railroad tracks all the time. So if you take the wrong road and you think, oh, you know, I can make that railroad, big no-no. They have to make sure there's no construction zones, that there's no path that we can't actually physically go through sideways, and then all the traffic behind us gets backed up, and that becomes an issue. The thing is, because we're not an excavator or a bulldozer, we're gonna be going long distances. I don't wanna live in the Kenworth. As much as the Kenworth is a beautiful truck, I don't like the truck stops, and I like a clean shower in a hotel. So we needed something with a deck over top of the triaxle, because we will be putting the Bronco right here. So the idea is to put some ramps on the back, drive the Bronco on here, tie the Bronco down. We will stay on our route. We can park the truck somewhere on a truck stop, whatever, lock her up, and then drive the Bronco off and tour around the town, go to a nice hotel, visit some friends, whatever, hop back in the truck again, load the Bronco back up again, and keep trucking. Now, we've been invited to go down to Florida and to Texas with the tank. The only way that we can make shows pay for itself is if we do multiple shows. It's going to cost us probably between $10,000 and $20,000 just to tow the thing to Texas and back. But at some point, I would really like to do that. Nice epic road trip, do that in sections, and the Bronco will really help with that. So that is the gist of our trailer. The well is 25 feet long, and our tank should just fit on the lower part. If it doesn't, our tank tracks do go up at the front and the back, so we can straddle the neck, and we can put part of the tanks or the tracks on this area, and then we're good. It has the it has the paddles for the side, so we can put another running board along the side of it, and we can actually have the tank on the entire trailer. So on the Landau, it is a beautiful trailer, and if you haven't seen us load, we put the 3 trucks on there to Motorama, the way it tilts and loads and winch. It's a beautiful trailer, and it's actually worth more than this trailer. The issue is that with the tank on top, we're still over height. And driving around locally is fine, but when we go on a highway and we get pulled into a scale, they have signs at the max height, and when you hit that sign, a little buzzer goes, and cash register makes a cha-ching noise inside the scale office, and you have to pay a fine, and you can't leave until you're under height. Now, I think it's just the roll bar and like a little bit of the roof, but when you hit it, you hit it. So the only way to stay legal is to go with a Lowboy, and this is what we ended up with. We've got triaxle, we're the right height, we've got room for the Bronco, it's the right length, it was the right price, it was local, it was in good shape, the well is deep enough for the tank, all of that stuff is perfect. And then we get to the bad part. This is a ground-bearing Lowboy gooseneck, meaning that there are 2 massive cylinders that push on the ground, and that is how you disconnect this trailer. So you can see the hook, the J hook there is kind of loose there right now, and it's just sitting on top of it. So we need to get this thing up, but it has its own little pup engine, meaning that all the hydraulics are done by a gas engine and a hydraulic pump. This is your hydraulic tank, and we can fire this up and run the hydraulics. Now, they told me that they could not get this engine running, so we're not even going to try. And you're wondering, how come with a hay bale, how are you going to get legal, Rich? And what is your plan here? You're going to spend days working on this thing or what? Nope, we got cheat code. So thanks to my buddy John for letting me borrow your dolly and your tractor and your hydraulics. Thanks to Kevin for giving us some hoses. We are basically going to tee right into those hydraulic cylinders. We're going to crank this thing back up again, see if we can get it high enough to hit our 5th wheel plate, and then we are going to truck it home with a couple of magnetic lights from Princess Auto and a slow moving vehicle sign and a hay bale, because we're doing agricultural things today. But that hay bale is wet and extremely heavy, so that's why we need a 50-ton trailer. All right, so first things first, there is a box right here with a lock on it, which means that it probably has the cash in there from the last job that this trailer did, because generally these guys work for cash. So if I was a trucker, I would definitely put it in this box, and then we've got a free trailer. But anyway, I'm gonna cut this lock off, see what we got to work with, and then we'll tie into the hydraulics, see if we can get some stuff happening and moving, and see if we can get this thing home. Here we go. Chains, come along, some straps. Looks like it was watertight too. We're gonna have to crank back on this thing to get the front up. Look at this. I don't think these have ever been used. Look at that, one time maybe. Sweet. Chains. Oh, it's a really big tank. Look at that. This is the tank stuff. Nice. All right. Oh, this toolbox is coming off. We'll make her pretty. All right, so Witzco had one of the more complicated setups for disconnecting the gooseneck. This handle has to be locked into here. That puts these pegs down. These pins have to go down underneath here into here. You can see the holes right here for those. And then this had to be intact as well. So I think first off, we'll flip these farther back. Of course, this is bent. Vince is gonna love this project. Get rid of this, obviously, another container for us. Oh look, my sweater. So we don't have to worry about scratching anything or... Okay, we know it's not going to go any farther back the wrong way, so basically I'm just going to unhook the hydraulics here. These are the two hoses that go to the lift cylinders. We're going to extend those cylinders as far down as we can, and then maybe block the trailer up a little higher and do that a couple times. And we can use the tractor hydraulics for that. So. Oil in there, so that's good. Not water. So I borrowed two hoses from Kevin this morning, but they had the female quick couplers on it and the male pipe. I needed to have the male quick couplers to go into the tractor and take the female off. I did it on the bench. I think I forgot to throw the hoses back in the trailer, or in the truck. Now we're only like a half hour away from home, a half hour there, half hour back. That's an hour wasted. So I'm gonna see if I can grab the hoses, see if I can grab these hoses off of the cylinder that holds the gooseneck up on the truck itself. We don't need that. Tie those into these cylinders just so I can park the tractor here. All we need to do is make it go up once or twice. So here we go. Always something. Of course I didn't bring my 15/16, but there is a next to new adjustable in here. That one doesn't look as nice. Oh, don't even swivel. $20 for a scrap battery. we're getting closer to making this thing pay for itself. Yeah. Yeah, I think I can make it work. Okay, so now I have this. I can't believe I left those hoses. We got everything except for the quick couplers to go into the tractor. So I'll see if these guys have any, otherwise we gotta run to VNR. The owner was gonna be nice enough, but he's gonna try and lift it with the forklift, and we'll just try and jam underneath.
Yeah, we will track the wheel.
Yeah, there's a nice truck in here actually. Chris?
I knew that was gonna happen.
Yeah. A little bit?
Yeah. Better than nothing.
Okay. I'll tie him up there. Thanks, Chris.
So these are under suction right now then?
What's that?
These
well,
are under...
it has to go all the way around, and it probably won't. Maybe we'll just put a strap around that. I don't think it's gonna go down, but it's a farmer thing. It doesn't matter. We're gonna dump these 6 tires and grab 6 aluminum tires.
Yeah.
That's a good trade. We thought that we would do a nice close-up of this dead grass underneath here, just to let everybody know that, you know, it has, or this was in front. This must have been where the tire's sitting. See how dead it is? It has definitely been sitting for 4 years. All right, good to go. Oh, gotta stay legal, that's right. We're doing farm stuff. 1,300 pound straps from Princess Auto, should do. Now if you're a trucker, you would need 2 straps. But we're a farmer today. All right, we're all set. So this is the trade up game where we give them some steel rims and we've got the aluminum. If the studs aren't long enough, we'll get these rims sandblasted and put them on the inside. But if we've got room for the aluminums, it's kind of boss to have the aluminums on the inside and the outside, right? And we'll get some nice 6 new ones for the outside. Polished it now. Yeah. Thank you. You didn't think I was going to make it, did you? Sorry, that's not bad. Lots of guys give up. Okay, so we're home, no issues whatsoever, other than I bent over the mud flaps on the dolly because the arms that support the neck on the truck itself were clear, except for when you go over crests. So I got to straighten those before I get those back. But now, is this 100% legal? I'm not sure. And I don't think the cops are 100% sure either. It's one of these gray areas where it's like, is it legal? Is it not? But if you're confident enough, I'm not saying go out and do this, but if you're confident enough and you carry yourself well, generally you can talk yourself out of a ticket. There was no issues. We still did it safely and we're home proving that there was nothing wrong. So plans for this, it's still a little chilly out. Spring is just starting here. We need to sandblast it, go over the whole thing, remove the deck. All new brakes, tires, rims, wheels, slack adjusters, airbags, lights. I'm gonna add a couple lights, make it really pretty. New deck, tons of welding for Vince to do to spruce and everything up and make it 100% better than new. See if we can fix some of Witzco's little shortcomings and make this a really proud trailer that we can tow behind the old Kenworth, and that's something that the tank would look good on. Maybe do, I still want to put a nice deck on the back of the Kenworth. Maybe we can carry that through on the neck of that, make some really nice toolboxes. Anyway, you're gonna have to stick around to see what's up with that. For now, I do want to hook the tractor into those cylinders because they told me that the cylinders were seized, and I think he meant I was hoping he's talking about the hydraulic motor itself. Doesn't have enough power to put those things down. But if those cylinders are shot, then that's a huge expense that I really don't want to do. So I'm gonna do that. But other than that, you have to stick around for the videos when they're coming out. I don't have time to do anything with this today because I'm getting ready for race car driving school tomorrow. We got some big news with the Audi on the other channel, and if you haven't been on the other channel, you're gonna wanna head over there. The F350's on the road, the C10's running, the Bronco's body and interior are completely done, just need to wire and plumb that. And we got lots of more exciting stuff on that channel and lots more on this. So remember, if you're not filthy, you're not rich, you probably haven't bought a derelict old trailer and drove it home legally on a Friday morning. Here we go. Big cylinders, and tell me whether they go, tell me,
Yeah.
So, he told me these two were seized.
These two?
Yeah, but I find it very hard to believe because they're soaked in oil,
Yeah.
and everything is in oil. Like, when we cracked everything open, it's in oil. So,
Yeah.
tell me, watch. Just stand back in case like a hose bursts.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So stand right here and watch them, and then tell me whether they go up or down.
Okay. Yep. Yeah. They're going down. Yep.
Nice. That's all I wanted.
Oh.
Nice. So we don't want to go down right away. We're just gonna clean these up a bit. There's a little bit of rust, so we just want to. These little pits, just the edges, will wreck the seal here. We're gonna hope that the seal's gonna be okay. So we're just gonna emery cloth that really smoothly, and hopefully it doesn't leak. Then we can retract the legs all the way. But no, that's awesome. Because now we can put the trailer down like this, and we are good to go. Nice. Love it. I still gotta watch the videos on how this thing exactly works, but I have a rough idea. Here we go.